Good morning, gentlemen. It's Mr. Ebenezer here, coming from quite a cold, overcast Fulham, which isn't great, but the flag is still flying, so all is good. I hope you're well. I hope your parents are in good spirits. And as you know, during lockdown, I've been giving you a video message every week, and it's centred on our three pillars of boys, the Christian faith, and enterprise. And before I do that, I want to give two shout-outs to two boys this week. The first is Oscar Johnson Avery in Year 8. He took part in the Passes to Murrayfield fundraising campaign with his team Hammersmith and Fulham Rugby Club, and they raised an incredible £50,000. So well done, Oscar Johnson Avery. And also then in Year 11, Ned Watson and his mum Tina have been really kind and have donated so much to help Mrs. Johns. Mrs. Johns, the legend that is. She's been helping the kind of vulnerable and needy people in West London with kind of food parcels and other essentials. She's been doing that with the Peabody Trust. So thank you to Mrs. Johns, but also a shout out to Ned and his mum Tina, again to FBS legends who've been really helpful during this time. So thank you to you all. Well done. Now then, this week, like I say, I talked to you about three pillars, and this week the boy I want to give you, or the man, is someone called Edward Spencer. Edward Spencer. And on the morning of the 8th of September, 1860, the PS Lady Elgin, a wooden boat, sunk in the murky waters of Lake Michigan when a smaller boat collided with it. Over 300 passengers had been enjoying a round-trip sightseeing tour from Milwaukee to Chicago when the tragic accident happened. Only a handful of people were able to reach the lifeboats. That morning, a student from Northwestern University, Edward Spencer, a strong swimmer, rescued 17 people over a 6-hour period until he finally collapsed. A rope had been tied around his waist as he battled the fierce undertow to reach each person. His brother would pull the rope back over the breakers to bring Edward and another survivor to safety. Each time he would return to rescue another person. Edward was left so weakened by injuries in his efforts to rescue these people that he remained disabled in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. Some years afterwards, in Los Angeles, Dr. R.A. Torrey told the story about this young man's concern and his heroic deed. To his astonishment, he found that the young man, now an old man, was in the audience. In talking with him, he asked him, what was the most significant thing about the rescue? The thing that stood out most for you in your memory after all the intervening years? Edward Spencer said this. He dropped his eyes, and in a low voice, he said, not one person said thank you. It's incredible, isn't it? This man saved 17 people's lives. He ended up disabled as a result of it, and not one of those 17 people said thank you. I mentioned Edward Spencer to you this week because I wanted to be like Edward Spencer. A hero, brave, unselfish, compassionate, thought about other people before himself. What an absolute hero. So that's the first thing. Be like Edward Spencer. It's a real kind of, we talk a bit about linking it to the enterprise skill. We talk about having a can-do attitude. You never lie down. You never give up. You never know when you're beaten. Well, that was Edward Spencer. He was tired. But he saved lives until he could do it no more, until he was completely and utterly passed out and couldn't carry on. What an absolute hero. Be like Edward Spencer, boys. You never give up. You never give in. You never lie down. Just got that can-do, gutsy attitude. That's the first thing, the boy. The second thing is his enterprise skills. The third thing is the Christian value I want to give you this week, and that is being thankful. Isn't it astonishing that all those people whose lives were saved, not one of them said thank you? And I just think it's so important that we are grateful boys and grateful mums and dads. Mr. Misson has been sending out videos over the last couple of weeks. I'm sure you must have seen some of them, about people saying examples of when someone's been kind to them or when they've been kind to other people. It makes such a massive difference. It makes a difference to you if you were kind. And also it makes a huge difference to those you're being kind to. And when you're thankful and you're appreciative and you say, thanks for that kindness, is so, so important. I think we live in a day, don't we, where people just take things for granted. There's a sense of entitlement, my rights. It's me. And what about me? And this isn't good enough for me. Well, actually, why don't we just take a step back and realise all the things we've got to be grateful for? I know all you boys, every one of you, you've got different skills and ability, haven't you? You're all good at something. Be thankful for that gift. You come to a great school. It's a brilliant school. And it's your school. And your mums and dads and the community and your teachers. Be thankful for it. Be thankful for the country we live in. You see, of course it's not perfect, but you see about things that go on in other countries and injustices and natural disasters. We've got so much to be thankful for in Britain, even during these difficult times. We've got an NHS, which is amazing. We've got access to so many good things. Be thankful. Be thankful. Don't take everything for granted. But take a step back and count your blessings. My school, your families, your health and strength, your gifts, the country. So many things to be thankful. Even the way we've been kept during this time. And there's a verse in the Bible, it's found in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18, where it says, give thanks in all circumstances. And it's how you look at the world, isn't it? That you don't look at it with a kind of, isn't this terrible and nothing ever good happens to me? But actually you just think, well, how can I be thankful in every situation? Even when things are not going well, even when we're locked down, even when it's not ideal, well, I can still be thankful for things. There's a man in Wales, I'm from Wales, I don't know if I mentioned that. There's a man in Wales who used to go to a prayer meeting every single week. And in this prayer meeting, he always thanked God for the weather. Always. Every week, he thanked God for the weather. And he went there one night, I think it was in Port Talbot in South Wales, which is it's quite a place really. And it was a very, very windy, cold night. It was a storm. It was thunder and lightning. It was lashing down with rain. It was horrible, that biting cold weather. It was horrible. And he went into the prayer meeting and everyone was quite excited because they thought, what is he going to say tonight? What is he going to say tonight? This is what he said. He said, God, thank you that the weather isn't always like this. So even in that situation, he found a way to be thankful. Gents, remember Edward Spencer, a hero, someone who put other people before himself, and that can-do attitude where he was going to, even though it was a great cost to himself, he was going to save as many lives as he possibly could. Be like Edward Spencer. But remember those people who didn't say thank you, and don't be like them. Be grateful, be thankful, show kindness, appreciate kindness. And in every circumstance, even in difficult days like this, think about the things you can be thankful for. It's good to see you, gents. I look forward to seeing year 10 back in school on the 15th. I really do. I'm looking forward to seeing you boys. And I'd look forward to seeing all of you at some point, maybe before the summer. And let me just encourage you, as I finish, to get involved in the virtual sports day. Mums and dads as well. If you get involved, your son gets even more house points. So please get involved with that. It looked great fun. Thanks to the PE staff for organising that, and all the teachers who did their videos. Amazing. Take care. Come on, Ta-ra.